wake-up call for leaders. Only 27% of U.S. employees are engaged at work. That's the lowest in a decade. Translation? A $1 trillion annual black hole in lost performance and turnover. That's not a typo. Trillion, with a T. Welcome back to the Foundry of Transformation, where we explore the human side of leadership and the systems that help it grow. I'm Amethyst, joined by Michael, our resident mentor and lover of good coffee and better strategy.
Both essential fuels for survival. But you're right, the engagement crisis is real. We've got millions of people clocking in, but not tuning in.
Exactly. And that's why founder-led turnarounds fascinate me. When brands like Hooters, Starbucks, or even Domino's bounce back, it's not just clever marketing, it's meaning maintenance.
Love that phrase. Let's start with Hooters, because who saw that comeback coming?
Not me. After years of decline and a 15% drop in sales, the original founders came back with a $40 million investment. Their mantra, America needs us. That's confidence.
That's purpose swagger. They weren't trying to rewind the clock to the 90s. They were reigniting what made them matter in the first place. That Florida beach shack hospitality. They rebuilt around stewardship, honoring the past while designing systems for the future.
That's the key. Purpose isn't just a feeling, it's an operating system. Without structure, purpose becomes a poster.
Exactly. Purpose must become a process. Think of Starbucks in 2008. Howard Schultz returns, shuts down every U.S. store for retraining, and tells baristas, we're not selling coffee, we're serving moments of connection. That move cost millions and saved the brand.
Right. And Domino's followed suit in 2009. Remember that wild pizza turnaround campaign? They literally said, we know our pizza sucks. Who does that?
Apparently people who want to sell 4,400% more stock value. Honesty became their superpower. They rebuilt the product, the story, and the trust.
And then Airbnb in 2020, 80% revenue loss in 8 weeks. Brian Jeske didn't panic. He purged bureaucracy, re-anchored in purpose, belong anywhere. The comeback? $30 billion valuation and a Fortune 500 seat.
There it is. When everything collapses, purpose becomes the only reliable GPS.
So let's translate that to everyday leaders, because most of our listeners aren't saving global brands. They're trying to save Tuesday's team meeting.
Exactly. You don't need a Wall Street ticker to run a turnaround. You just need clarity and rhythm.
And rhythm is the word. Inside the Metamorphosis Catalyst, leaders actually map their primary aim, their why, and link it to their strategic objectives. It's purpose with an analytics dashboard.
Right. The Catalyst coach becomes your accountability mirror. It'll literally nudge you. Did your actions match your aim today? It's like having a wise mentor and a Fitbit for leadership in one.
Your empathy streak is down 12%. Maybe hydrate.
I'd subscribe to that notification. But smiles aside, that reflection loop is what separates intention from impact.
So, Michael, walk us through how leaders can reboot purpose this week without a billion-dollar buyout.
Gladly. I call it the 3R framework. Reignite, reframe, reinforce.
Sounds like a leadership protein shake.
Exactly. 1 scoop of story, 2 scoops of systems. Reignite. Start with a story. Remind your team why this company, project, or mission exists. Maybe tell the founding story on Monday morning. Real stories beat spreadsheets anytime. Reframe. Turn that why into a single mission statement everyone can remember. 10 words max. We serve people, not transactions. Done. And reinforce. Build rhythm. Add a 2-minute purpose pulse to your weekly huddle. Ask, how did our work reflect our why this week? And then, little bonus, track it. The Catalyst app can measure those micro practices so purpose becomes visible progress.
That's how you scale soul.
Exactly. Purpose becomes less about charisma and more about cadence.
Let's pause on that because the data backs you up. Deloitte found that purpose-driven companies are 3 times more likely to retain top talent, with 64% higher satisfaction and 29% higher profitability. Gallup found turnover drops by 72% when people feel their work connects to a mission.
So basically, if your company is bleeding talent, the fix isn't free pizza Fridays, it's meaning Mondays.
I'm stealing that.
Please do. And honestly, these founders understood that. Purpose wasn't their marketing campaign, it was their management philosophy.
Yes, purpose that shows up in scheduling, hiring, and even how feedback is given. It's like what we teach in the Emerging Leader Academy. Performance is the effect, purpose is the cause.
That line should be tattooed on every manager's coffee mug.
Before we wrap, let's give listeners something concrete to try.
Reflection challenge time.
Here it is. Look at one system or habit in your team, maybe your weekly meeting, your onboarding process, even your Slack culture. Ask yourself, does this reflect our purpose or just our checklist? Then take one small step to realign it.
Because growth shouldn't depend on motivation, it should run on rhythm.
Exactly. And if you want a rhythm that actually sticks, explore the Metamorphosis Catalyst app. It's where intention turns into daily leadership practice. You'll find a link at metamorphosisworldwide.com along with the free Purpose to Practice workbook.
And maybe share this episode with a leader who's fighting burnout, or someone who still thinks culture means free hoodies.
Amen to that.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Until next time, lead with rhythm, not rank.